Welcome back. My name is Teresa and I'm very much alive. Am I? I don't know. Maybe. You're not my real mom. I have an awful, garbage, filthy mouth, or I have an awful, filthy, garbage mouth, where sometimes, just sometimes, I tend to use the word fuck as a comma. I know, it's gross. If you're not into that or weird stuff in general, this is definitely not the place for you. Feel free to exit the video here. No harm, no foul. But I'll remember our time fondly. Y'all, I am so excited for today's video because finally what came in the mail is Lunar Beauty. I don't know why I keep doing some weird air horn, but I'm excited. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the new Lunar Beauty Eternal Eclipse holiday collection. And in this collection, you get a palette, you get some brushes, you get some lip stuff, you get a whole lot of stuff, which actually I don't even think the bundle is available anymore. So, oops. But when I did purchase it, it was $90. However, I will note each thing individually during this review. So with that said, since we have a lot of ground to cover, let's talk about the palette first. Eternal Eclipse Eyeshadow Palette retails for $48. This color story is the perfect neutral combo. We have gorgeous warm tones and stunning cool shades. The Eternal Eclipse palette is a 15-pan eyeshadow palette with 7 mattes and 8 shimmers. These shades blend easily and effortlessly with our classic Lunar Beauty shadow formula. You ready for a night out on the town or a night at home? Eternal Eclipse is your girl. I feel like that was totally written before COVID, so that or a cruel joke, I don't know. No, I'm kidding. Obviously before, you know, the world ended. But hey, this palette's definitely good for any Zoom meeting you have. With that said, for $48, what exactly do you get? You get this stunning palette. Ooh, kind of reminds me a little bit of the Universal Studios logo. Kind of, sort of, not really. I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm missing theme parks. I miss standing on long lines and being aggravated because it's so hot and paying $6 for a bottle of water. I miss normalcy. This palette's packaging is exquisite, but that's no surprise because I feel like every Lunar Beauty palette that has come out, with the exception of the first one, I'm sorry, I just wasn't really into Life's a Drag. I don't know, it didn't speak to me. My makeup dick was not hard for that palette. For every other palette since then, I feel like the packaging has always been incredibly cool, very celestial. They really know how to make beautiful statement pieces. When you open them up, you get a nice full-size mirror, which is actually a very good quality mirror, and it's very big, and I'm not gonna show you and blind you with it, but it's big enough that you can do your whole face of makeup. And then here you go. Here is your palette. This beautiful neutral with a pop of motherfucking blue. So basic, it hurts. The Anne of all palettes. You will notice the middle row has embossing in the pans, and it's so cute. It's a little moon and stars, and this is actually the same pan design that is in the Strawberry Dreams palette. To me, it's a beautiful touch. And like I mentioned in the description, in this palette, you will get 7 mattes and 8 shimmers. So let's talk about the mattes first. Sometimes I like to break it down by shade, but this one I feel like I've had an equal experience with all the matte shades and all the shimmer shades. So I'm going to talk about each finish separately. Majority of the mattes can be found in the middle row with the exception of 2 of the mattes on the bottom row. They're wonderful. They're absolutely wonderful. I found that the mattes actually had a very beautiful range, but mostly leaning on the warm side. They're beautifully pigmented and incredibly easy to use. They do not require to be built up and they blend out effortlessly. I didn't experience any patchiness or any longevity issues or muddiness or just plain difficulty when using the mattes. I cannot stress how easy they are to blend. You're not going to be wasting your time jerking this palette off. These shadows truly do the work for you. There is some light kick up, very minimal fallout, and if you do get fallout, it's incredibly easy to clean. I had no issues with the mattes. I think they're fucking wonderful, and to me they're comparable to the other palettes that I have from this brand in my collection. My only complaint about the mattes in this palette is that I wish there was a cool tone brown. I don't know why, but I fucking love a cool tone brown, and I feel like that's what this palette was kind of missing. I could have dealt without the black with sparkles. I could have fucking done without that one. And that's only because I hate shades that are primarily matte that have sparkles on it because I feel like they really just don't do anything. If anything, it just causes a fucking glitter bukkake and that's annoying. So I kind of wish that that shade would have been just like a nice cool tone deep brown. It would have been perfect. Now the shimmers in this palette are fucking great. They really are. I will say though that there was a difference with some of the shimmers in my opinion. Some of them right off the bat have amazing pigmentation. For example, the silver, holy shit, that is a really good fucking silver. And it's the kind of silver that you don't need to keep going in and building up. You get a lot of payoff instantly. The shade next to it, which is more of like this lighter champagne shade called Flare, that one I felt like required to be built up. Like it had a little little something there, but you had to constantly keep building it up to show the pop of the color. It's not the end of the world, but it's just something that I kind of noted. Not every shade had an amazing pigmentation. Some required to be built up. Now with that said, if this is the first time you're watching me, hi, my name is Theresa and I'm a garbage person. I don't use setting spray with any of my shimmers because I find that when I do use setting spray with the shimmer, it has what I like to call the spicy butthole effect, where it basically fucking gives you a chemical burn on your eyes. That's my experience anyway. And it's probably because I have incredible, great, amazingly wonderful, passed down by generation to generation to generation, eye sensitivity. So if I want to see tomorrow, I'm never going to put a fucking setting spray with a shadow ever again on a brush because I will leave this earth. It's not going to end very well for me. So with that said, with these shimmer shadows, for me to have any sort of a punch for those that needed a little bit of saturation to it, I would either wet the brush or use some NYX glitter glue. I will say, the biggest con about these shimmer shades is the fucking fallout. Holy shit. There is some kick up and pan and that's expected, fine, whatever. But the fallout, girl, it looked like I fucked a disco ball, okay? Anytime I would catch myself in the light, I would blind somebody. I was like, how the fuck is this happening? The shimmer is so hard to clean that I'm so thankful. I'm someone that does my eye makeup first and then my base, so at least I can cover the glitter bukkake with foundation. But fuck, man, like this was intense. And I feel like I've never experienced that with the other palettes, or at least maybe I'm just like blocking it out. Or maybe I'm just not remembering correctly. Don't get me wrong, like I really enjoy this palette, but it was just like, what the fuck? Like, oh my God, like this is a lot. This is a lot. Huh. That being said, I did find the shimmers to be creamy. They had great pigment, they were easy to use, easy to blend out. I really love the fact that a lot of them pair very well together so you can create a really beautiful gradient. And even layering the shadows, I didn't find that it created any weird texture or muddiness in the eye. Everything looks so fucking perfect. They blend so great. They blend beautifully together. They didn't crack, they didn't fade, they had amazing longevity. It was great. It was just the biggest complaint, unfortunately, is the fallout. I like this palette because, yes, while it's technically a holiday release, this is a palette that is just great to use year round. Now, with that said, do you need it? Obviously, the color story is not unique, and I'm sure if you look in your current collection, you have at least 17 variants of this palette. That being said, if you're in the market for a solid neutral color story that will be a great palette year round, has really great fucking formula, incredibly easy to use, then I cannot stress enough picking this palette up. I really truthfully believe that it's impossible to create an ugly look with this palette because all the colors go together so beautifully. They really do. What I love about Lunar Beauty's formula, and I felt that has been consistent from the palettes that I have purchased from this brand, is that one, the formula hasn't changed, or I haven't noticed it anyway. I find that the eyeshadows do the work for you. You're not going to be wasting your time trying to figure out, well, what looks best with this, or color combinations. Everything is laid out so easily. It's a really easy to use palette. You're not gonna take 30 minutes to make one simple fucking eye look. I feel like these colors are just universally flattering on everybody. And this is just, again, I cannot stress enough. This is an easy to use, no frills palette with a beautiful exterior and an absolutely hard-on worthy silver. My dick is so hard for that silver, holy shit. It really is. As well as the blue. Deep sea, I was like, oh fuck yeah. If you have blue eyes like me, so fucking flattering. It's so fucking flattering. Oh my God, I love it. Anyway, this is a great palette and I'm very happy that I picked it up. So the next thing I want to talk about are the lip products. Zion Liquid Lip retails for $18. Say goodbye to dry liquid lips and hello to our custom soft matte liquid lip formula. This full coverage formula glides on like a dream and dries to a soft matte finish that leaves the lips feeling hydrated, long lasting, and doesn't dry out your lips. We stan. Can we appreciate how cute this fucking component is? It's like if the lipstick was a Sims character. The packaging, again, 10 out of fucking 10 5-star Yelp review. I'm fucking obsessed, and honestly, this is the first time I've ever tried lip products from this brand, and I could care less if they're fucking good or not because this component is fucking everything. I look into it and I'm like, do I see the future? I love it. On the bright side, it's great. I lucked out. Like I mentioned, this is the first time I've ever tried Lunar Beauty's liquid matte lipstick, and I have to say, it's fucking comfortable. The longevity is really great, and for it having a soft matte kind of a finish, you can notice that there is a level of hydration there. It does transfer a touch, but for the most part, it's okay because it does not dry down my lips and basically feel like I'm turning into a mummy. So I love that. The other thing that I love about this liquid lip, you really do not need to keep going back into the tube. The longevity is really great. I didn't notice the product breaking down and kind of creating those weird crunchy bits sometimes liquid lipsticks create when they're way too dry and it just kind of like sticks like little fucking cereal pieces on the corners of your mouth and nobody tells you that you have them on your mouth and then you look like a fucking idiot in meetings all day. Yeah, this doesn't do that, so that's great. I think one of my favorite things about this product though is that it doesn't require multiple layers. Like you can get a full opacity with just applying it once. It was fucking mind-blowing. I was like, oh shit, this is amazing. It reminds me of some of the Ofra liquid lips that I have, like the fact that it's just comfortable, just a beautiful finish. Like this is fucking awesome. I was really hopeful that the color would be a little bit more of my cup of tea. I'm very thankful that majority of the lips Lunar Beauty has put out has been mostly like boring ass neutral lipsticks, which is great because that's what I fucking love. This one though, like I think maybe in Manny's video, it just looked a little bit lighter than what I thought it was gonna be. So when I put it on my face, I was like, oh shit, it's a little bit too dark. So what I did was I actually just kind of blotted it down a little bit and then put the gloss over it just to kind of make it a little bit more manageable for me. But this is a little bit darker than I would like, but still very beautiful color. I'm really impressed with the formula and I plan on purchasing more liquid lipsticks in the future. I'm just gonna be more mindful of the colors. Aura Lip Gloss retails for $17. The gloss to end all glosses, the Lunar Beauty lip gloss feels weightless on the lips like a hydrating lip treatment and provides the most amazing glassy lip finish. Perfect on its own with a lipstick, this cupcake scented gloss is a must-have. And the packaging, stoonin'. Okay, first of all, that fucking description, I feel like such an asshole. Stoonin', or is it like stunning or like I'm just gonna shut the, I'm too old. It's fine. It smells like cupcakes. Oh shit, it does. Oh my god, it really does. Oh my god, I need to stop because I'm about to fucking eat it. All right, that actually smells fucking delicious. It's kind of funny because I really don't have the greatest sense of smell, so I had to really kind of like shove it up there. So I'm probably the worst person to ask if it like has a very strong smell because I didn't notice it until I really put my fucking nose up to the goddamn applicator, Jennifer. But it does smell like a cupcake. It smells like a vanilla cupcake. This gloss is fucking everything. And I think that out of the two lip products, this is obviously my clear favorite. Oh my god, I love you. I can understand why people lose their shit over their glosses. I've heard nothing but good things. And I'm happy to report that this is so fucking good. The color is absolutely perfect. It's a lovely nude gloss with a pink undertone. It's comfortable, it's not sticky, it has great longevity, and when it fades away, it just looks like your lips are hydrated. You don't have that weird string cheese mouth that sometimes glosses can get. This is so perfect. I really cannot stress enough how it's not sticky. So as soon as my hair fucking flies into my mouth, it doesn't feel like shit. It's great. I love this so much that I'm actually gonna go back on their site and purchase every gloss they ever fucking make, okay? Now and in the future, because this has to be like one of my new favorite gloss formulas. Between this and Tower 28 this year, if I don't get anything else, I'm fine. Like, it's all good. Don't get me wrong, I love my Tom Ford gloss, I do. But fuck, dude, like, this is great. This is fucking great. The packaging is very similar to the liquid lipstick where it has the little Sims character on the top of it. It's so aesthetically pleasing. They're just so fucking good. I really have to commend this brand on its fucking packaging. Like, they really, really do a lovely job on their packaging. For an indie influencer brand, this is fucking everything. I love it. Highly, highly recommend the lip products. So the last thing in this collection is the brush set. For $35, you get a nice little brush bag and you get the following 7 brushes. LBE1, Large Fluffy Blender Brush. LBE2, Dense Fluffy Blender Brush. LBE3, Small Fluffy Blender Brush. LBE4, Flat Packing Brush. LBE5, Fluffy Packing Brush. LBE6, Small Pencil Brush. LBE7, Mini Packing Brush. That, I don't know why, but that was exhausting to do. That was exhausting. I need a fucking nap now. LBE. I feel like it's a cross between I'm calling bingo numbers and then it's also droids from Star Wars. So I'm okay. Moving on. So the brushes, okay, I absolutely adore the handles of these brushes. They're very lightweight, but I love the ombre effect from black into white. I think it's just so fucking pretty. I love that the Lunar Beauty logo as well as the brush number are in gold, so just aesthetically it's just fucking pleasing. It really is. I love the little brush bag. The brush bag is actually quite nice and it's quite deep, so you could actually put a lot more stuff in this besides just the brushes, so I appreciate that. And I really do love the little zipper charm on the back. I think the presentation in a whole is fucking amazing. With that said, I probably could have done without the brushes. They're okay. Like, I think I'm just spoiled. And I think it's because I'm so used to natural hair brushes that like natural hair to synthetic are very different. And so I have kind of adapted my techniques to more natural hair brushes. And when it comes to synthetic, I usually use that more for like if I'm using like a liner or shimmer shades, stuff like that. I usually just kind of use more synthetic. When I first started using the brushes with the palette, it felt like it was taking me a little bit longer to do my eye looks. When I would use my natural brushes, it was very, very fast. I was able to create my looks in like fucking literally like minutes. I was good to go. With the Lunar Beauty brushes, I just felt like it picked up the product differently. Like it didn't pick up as much product as a natural hair does. And I felt like I had to keep going back into the pan to build up some of the color. So it kind of threw me for a little bit of a loop. Some of the brushes, I don't like how the bristles feel on my eyelids. Like the large fluffy blender brush, I don't like how this feels. It's weird. I'm trying to like figure out how to explain this. I feel like with a natural hair brush, the bristles are, I don't want to say if they're more dense, but maybe they're just more compact where I don't feel like, you know, when I'm blending something out, it immediately just sprays out where I just kind of feel like nothing is really happening. Does that make sense? All right, for example, let's take this rougher brush. This is the number 16. Say I have shadow up here and I just want to like just blend the edges so they don't look so harsh and they kind of like blend it upwards so it has like a nice soft edge as opposed to like a hard edge. You know, I use this brush, whatever, just go around the eyeshadow. And I find that the bristles don't like spray out. They stay in place. When I'm using this blender brush, it's just like, it feels weird. Like all the bristles fucking flare out and then it kind of just feels like a paintbrush. I don't know. I just don't like how that feels on my eye. And I don't like the texture of the bristles on the large blender brush. They don't feel super scratchy, but they don't feel as soft as say natural hair brushes. So that was something that I kind of didn't really like right off the bat. So with that said, I kind of felt that these were a little bit difficult to use. They just feel a little too stiff and pointy at times. Even after washing the brushes, hoping that that would soften them up, still didn't really do too much. Luckily, it's not every brush I have that experience with. It's just more of like the large fluffy brushes I don't like, but the smaller, more dense packed brushes I felt were pretty good. The pencil one, the LBE6, that one is a really good pencil brush. The LBE5, that was a really great packing brush. The LBE4, the flat packing brush was also really good. And the LBE7, this is a really good mini packing brush. So I kind of feel like brushes 4 through 7 were more my jam. The number 3 wasn't bad too. That was like the smaller fluffy brush. But I think out of like the first 3 brushes, that was probably my favorite one. But still, I don't like how the bristles spray out where it just feels like nothing is really fucking happening. I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of that. With that said, I think the price point is great for the brush set. 7 brushes for $35. Like, I think that's actually a really nice deal. I just wish I liked the quality a little bit more. I love the fucking presentation of it. I think it's beautiful. And actually, it's not bad that I liked 4 out of the 7 brushes. So maybe it's not a complete total loss. But I think I would have been fine without the brush set. And keep in mind, I'm very particular when it comes to brushes. Like I said, I have kind of made more of a shift to natural hair. So I've been loving that lately. And I find that that works well for me. So just kind of keep that in mind. Anyway, with that said, the whole collection for $90, I'm not mad at, you know, because I love the palette. I love the 2 lip products, and 4 out of the 7 brushes I'm fine with. And the bag is really cute. So I don't feel like I wasted my money or anything like that. However, if I did go back, I think I probably would have just picked up the palette and the 2 lip products. Now I want to hear from y'all. Let me know down below if you picked up anything from the Lunar Beauty collection, if you're going to pick up anything, or if you're going to skip out. Let me know, because I love hearing from y'all. And with that said, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it as always. Feel free to like, comment, hit that subscribe button. It's free. And hit that bell icon for notification of all my future posts. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. To all my beautiful, wonderful patron bubbies, I love your adorable, delicious, scrumptious, Rice Krispie faces. Yeah, it sounds delicious. Thank you so much for keeping this disgusting, filthy, terrible, trashy, but kind of adorable garbage boat afloat. I couldn't do it without you. If you want to know what's currently on my face, along with where to get the products that I mentioned in today's video, as well as my podcast and my holiday merch, everything will be listed in the description box below. And I'll see you little pumpkins later. Bye.